Worms, hundreds of them. They wriggled and writhed out of every exposed orifice. Spindly white, noodle-like creatures grappled aimlessly at the air, treating my patient's body like their own personal playground. I sighed, stepping back from the operating table. That was supposed to be a routine appendectomy. I wearily turned to my colleagues. They all wore horrified expressions on their faces. Time of death, 10:14 a.m. Allison, contact the bio team please. The rest of you, don't leave this room. We need to await further instruction. In a matter of minutes, we were surrounded by figures shrouded in bright yellow hazmat suits. They shoved the corpse into a body bag and went to work meticulously dousing the room in chemicals. Hey doc, I was hoping I wouldn't have to see your ugly mug for a while, a man wearing a white bio suit said, handing me one to match. The feeling is mutual, Bill. Third time this week. Any idea where people are picking these little bastards up from yet? Not that I've heard of. Then again, the top brass doesn't tell me anything. Sounds about right, I murmured, exposing my back to him so he could sit me up. He hurriedly did so. Ready whenever you are, I said, my arms extended at my sides. Bill scooped up a black spray bottle and began slathering me with a light green disinfectant. I always thought the stuff looked like toxic waste. Sure hope they manage to find the source of these things soon. You're telling me? Bill was cut short by a deafening shriek. I instantly whipped my head in its direction. It was Allison. Even through the thick plastic of her hazmat suit, I could make out a sea of worms flowing from her nose and ears. A handful of them had managed to chew through her eyelids, inching down her bloody face in droves. She clawed desperately at the tiny creatures, but it did little good. The worms just kept coming. I turned away, choking down the bile that was creeping up my throat. Before I could compose myself, I heard a loud thump. Allison had collapsed, her body convulsing violently on the ground. Bill shot me a look and pursed his lips. Looks like you're gonna have to find a new scrub nurse. I solemnly shook my head. Yeah, I was really starting to like this one, too. As the bodies were wheeled out of the operating room, it finally clicked. In case of an infection, they didn't make us wear hazmat suits to keep the parasites out. No, they made us wear them to keep those things in. I shuddered at the thought. Logically it made sense, but something about it just felt wrong. Your room is ready whenever you are, Doc, Bill said, shattering my reverie. Oh, yeah, lead the way. Bill obliged, beelining for the doors. I nodded to my anesthesiologist as we left. He reluctantly met my gaze, offering a hesitant wave as we marched away. Soon enough, Bill and I found ourselves standing in a spotless white chamber. A rusted stainless steel shower head stretched down from the ceiling, providing a stark contrast to the pristine glow of the room. You know what to do, Bill said, unzipping my suit. I sighed, stripping down into my boxers. I always hated that part. Undies too, but come on, Bill. I'm not comfortable with this shit. It's not about what you're comfortable with. It's about keeping everyone in this hospital safe. Underwear, please and thank you, Bill ordered, holding out his hand. Fine, take them, I grumbled, begrudgingly tossing him my undergarments. Thanks, was that really so hard? Shower time. I'm aware, I growled, positioning myself in the middle of the room and tilting my head back. Ready. I clenched my eyes shut as the cool blue mist trickled across my skin. I was told that the gaseous substance had no negative side effects, but for some reason, I highly doubted that. Towels on the bench. I probably won't be back here again unless something goes wrong. Always a pleasure, Doc. I glowered back at him. I really wanted to slap that stupid grin off his face. Pleasure's all mine, I said through gritted teeth. The thick white door slammed shut behind him. A moment later, my phone slid through a slot in the wall, perched atop a set of new folded clothes. Finally, I murmured, retrieving my phone and putting on the fresh scrubs. Bill could be an ass, but at least he provided me with the essentials. I opened Reddit, mentally preparing myself for another grueling 24-hour stint in isolation, and that's when I felt it. Something tiny, just below the skin, began wriggling underneath my left eye.